Hi, I'm the Angel of Dice and this is Battle of the Bands, or as it's now known as Band Manager Backstage Clash. This is a game designed by Original Content London. It plays between 3 to 5 players and the time taken to complete the game is around 45 minutes. So the contents of Band Manager is that the board is an actual t-shirt, size large, if I remember correctly. And the objective of this game is to get 27 fans, and to do that each player has to go on tour. In the box we have fan cards, and this is the objective of the game, to get 27 in total. That's what each player has to get. To go on tour you need your different cards, which is your riffs, chops, gear and hype, and that's what each of the colours. Red is hype, yellow is chops, green is riffs and blue is gear. And then we have your wild cards, which are your passion cards, and in this case you have to build a story. So this player came from a broken home, got in trouble, and to pass all the time in jail he became very musical. So when he came out he decided to take his new talents and go on the road. Now how do we go on the road? As you can see, each level has a different colours, so hype, chops, riffs, gear and fans. Through negotiation you go through the different levels trying to get as many fans as you can. Example turn would be you take these two passion cards, and if you take a card from this deck you're basically practicing, which is what you'll do for the first couple of rounds. Next time it comes around to you, you might do the same. So the options you have as a player is to either practice, which is taking a card from this pile, or you can go on tour. For the first couple of turns you'll practice to get the cards. So starting with your two cards that you have at the start, you'll practice and get different cards. Now what you can do is you can go on tour by yourself. So using the passion as a wild card, you'll say that is the hype, that is the chops, that is the gear and that is the riffs. If you decide to go on a tour by yourself, you can fill up the level as you see fit and you get all the spoils. If you look at this area here without the bluish background, that is the fan slots. So in this case you'll get one fan, so you'll take that as a spoil, and the rest of these slots are the career slots. So you'll take, in this case, 2, 4, 8. You'll take all those spoils. But if you did that all game you wouldn't get very far and it'll be a very boring game. So what you should do or can do is negotiate with the other players. So in this example you can put down these cards, but you'll find that you don't have red. So you go to players 2, 3, 4, 5 and ask them, or ask any of them, if they have the red hype card. Depending on who's got the highest or who you want to invite on the tour, you can get them to place down their hype card. These badges allow you to claim your spoils, and as band manager you tend to have the first pick. So again, this is where negotiation comes in. So if someone put down the red card, they can negotiate with the band manager and say, well, I put down the red card but I want this for gear. Then it's up to the band manager to agree or disagree. And basically that is the crux of the whole game. It's the balance between negotiating cards so that it benefits both of you, but not to the point of where they run away with the fans. And when it comes to the spoils, you pick in this order, and if you're in the band manager and you happen to have your badge in that slot, then you get to pick twice in a row. You keep doing this, going up level 1s and level 2s, level 3 and level 4 if possible, until you get to 27 fans. And that is basically it. It's a nice negotiating game. That's if you're any good at that kind of thing. And it doesn't take too long to understand. And now on to my thoughts. So Band Manager, it's a game that I've never seen before out on the market, so it's very novel in that respect. It's definitely got a thematic element to it with the t-shirt and the 8-bit or 16-bit graphics, which is reminiscent of the 80s, or makes me think of the 80s at least, the hairband and electric guitars. And although it confused me at the start in terms of what cards you started with, the fact that you have to practice at the start makes sense, because you're not going to be going out on tour as soon as you pick up your instrument. So this kind of game you're going to like if you like socializing with other players, if you like the negotiation aspect, and well, if you like music. You're not going to like it if you're with a group that is very quiet, shy, not very outgoing towards each other, or you're just plain suck at negotiation. Because what could happen is that a band manager could potentially freeze you out of a number of rounds, but then it gets turned around when you become band manager and you can potentially do the same to them. So it's got that little bit of take that element to it, but it's not a big part of the game. In terms of the artwork, like I said, it's very retro, very 80s. In terms of player count, we tried it at 2 and we tried it with the AI and it works, but it's not quite the same. We tried it with 3 with my son who is 7, and we had to sort of guide him a bit, so it wasn't as efficient as it could be. And I tried it with 5 with my work group, and although it took a while for them to get into it, they definitely enjoyed it, especially the banter to and fro. So it's definitely better at higher player counts. I would definitely pick this up if you're into music. Check out Band Manager Backstage Clash by Original Content London, and until next time, I shall see you later.